What's going on? You know me, it's 1247 and grade one. Great day to be great and all that good stuff. This just popped up just now. A couple minutes ago. So your girl Britney Griner pleads guilty to in Russia drugs trial. This just popped up not even like 4 minutes. Not 4 minutes, I'm sorry. It popped up a few minutes ago. So, question, gentlemen, I gotta ask you a question. See, I don't understand all this hostility the community, the so-called Communitah has towards us brothers dating out, doing this, doing that. You know, I don't want to. You know, I gotta mention the Roe versus Wade. I guess just throw that in there too. Everybody had all this smoke, right? People getting up there, Roe versus Wade, this, that, and the third, but nobody. I mean, absolutely nobody is talking about Britney Griner sitting up in a Russian jail. Why doesn't the Communitah got all that smoke? See, Communitah got all the smoke for Kevin Samuels. Communitah got all the smoke for these different men stating their piece. Communitah got all that smoke for you gentlemen, but Britney Griner is sitting up in a Russian jail. As you can see right here, she just pled guilty to drugs in her drug trial. But nobody in the community is protesting Britney Griner. See this picture right here? She's sitting up there. Look. Sitting up in Russian jail over I guess she had some marijuana in her. You guys go back and read the story a couple months ago. I guess she tried to bring in marijuana. I guess she had not a hookah pipe, one of those vapor things. I guess she had some marijuana in there. So now she's sitting up in jail. Because basically they said she's trying to smuggle drugs into Russia. So the thing is, gentlemen, why isn't anybody protesting Britney Griner? Why isn't anybody in the community protesting Britney Griner's release? All this smoke for you gentlemen and your preferences, and we can't say nothing, we can't do this and do that. All that smoke for Kevin Samuels, God rest his soul. But Britney Griner, hell, I'm sorry. Let's bring up Bronny James. I forgot about Bronny. All that smoke for Bronny James. See, gentlemen, this is what I'm saying. Your Communitah is ass backwards. How in God's name you got grown-ass women protesting Bronny, a 17-year-old young man, going to be a senior in high school, protesting over him going to the prom with a little Caucasian young lady. The whole Twitter, the whole so-called black Twitter got beef, or not beef, got so much to say about Bronny James, but black Twitter ain't talking about Britney Griner. This just came into this just popped up right now. She just pled guilty, so she might be over there for a minute. Sitting up in a Russian jail. Because she tried to bring in some marijuana into the country. So she's sitting up in jail. I mean, that's crazy. But yeah, gentlemen, this is why I say SYSBM has to be your way of life. I mean, it has to be. Because how ass backwards is this? I mean, you guys can go read the thing yourself. Hell, you can pause this. It just came out right now on AP News. Britney Griner just pled guilty to her drug trial. She just pled guilty, but nobody in the community even cares. Nobody in the community cares, fellas. Nobody in the community cares about no Britney Griner, but everybody's all up in arms for some 17-year-old Bronny James. And you gentlemen are going to talk about rebuilding something? Come on, gentlemen, you're only fooling yourself. Gentlemen, you're only fooling yourself. got her in handcuffs. 6'8", 6'9" in handcuffs. She trying to get her wife to talk to Joe Biden and all this stuff. These people are just ignoring this right here. Hell, but I remember when James Harden and I think ASAP Rocky and all them got busted in they were doing drugs over there in what was that at? In Italy somewhere? That was like last year sometime. They cleared that up quick. Hell, even you guys remember LeVar Ball? Remember LeAngelo Ball got busted over in China? LeAngelo stole some shades with two of his teammates. You see how fast they got cleared up? But Britney Griner is still sitting in jail. Ladies, see, this is what I don't understand. Y'all got smoked for so much for men all day. Y'all got smoked for men. But when your own women sitting up in a foreign jail, she been sitting over there for a couple months now. She been over there for a minute. Y'all ain't got nothing to say about this? Up in the streets, I'm protesting Roe versus Wade. Y'all up in the streets and boo-hoo and this, that, and the third. But Britney Griner just pleaded guilty to her drug trial. This just happened today, a few minutes ago. Or it just came out. The news just came out. I'm pretty sure it happened earlier today. But I mean, come on. This is what I'm saying, gentlemen. You gentlemen talking about you're gonna rebuild something, gentlemen, you're only fooling yourselves, man. You're only fooling yourselves, gentlemen. You gotta save yourself. Look at this, Britney Griner trial. Goes through it. Yeah, man, I'm not gonna read through that whole thing. But yeah, man, you guys go check this out, man. This is crazy. How the Communitah is all up in arms for, once again, for a 17-year-old young man. Hell, I seen the Game. Remember Game? Out here kissing, I guess he's dating a so-called white woman now, and all the black Twitter's all up in arms. Everything you men do, the Communitah, the black Twitter, whoever got something to say, but nobody's talking about Britney Griner, who's been sitting up in this Russian jail for last, what? How many months? 3 months? 4 months? Something like that? They was at war. They warned her not to go over there because, you know, the Russia and Ukraine situation going on. They warned her not to go over there. But, you know, she had to go over there and make her bread, make her money. You know, she's not playing, this is what, you know, a lot of these women do. They play for WNBA for a couple months and they go overseas, and that's where they make most of their money, overseas. So I get it. But you can't bring, this is not the United States. You can't bring drugs into a whole nother situation, to a whole nother country that's at war, and think it's gonna be, you just gonna get a misdemeanor, get a slap on your wrist and keep it moving. No, that doesn't work like that. But once again, the Communitah is not saying anything about this. I have seen very little news about Britney Griner and the black Twitter and all that. I don't see that. I don't see stuff like this. This right here, once again, yo sister. You know, those who represent the LGBTQ and all that stuff. Listen, your so-called sister is sitting up in a Russian jail. Why isn't anybody? Y'all should listen. You should be at this. What you should be protesting. You guys should be on the streets. All you women right now should be on the streets protesting Britney Griner being locked up in a Moscow prison. Why isn't this being broadcasted? This should be worldwide news. Listen, it shouldn't be. Listen, I shouldn't be talking about no Georgia Guidestone. Listen, you should be talking about Britney Griner. Y'all shouldn't be talking about no LeBron James. Not LeBron James. Bronny James. Who else? I mean, you gotta talk about everything. Everything the so-called the American black man does. You guys want to broadcast it all on Twitter and TV and this, that, and the third, and you guys don't love us and blah blah blah. But here you guys go. You got your own sitting up in a Russian jail cell for how many months, but nobody's saying nothing about it. See, this is where see, gentlemen, you can see where the concern is. See, the Communitah ain't worried about no Britney Griner. But once you gentlemen step out and do whatever you're doing, then everybody's worried about you. How does that work, gentlemen? The LGBT, this is, Miss Britney Griner. She got a wife and she's part of the LGBTQ community, and whatever. That's your business. I'm not gonna say nothing about that. But I don't understand how you LGBTQ people got a problem with people speaking against your lifestyle, but you got one of your own sitting up in a Russian jail, and nobody saying nothing about it. But if somebody speaks against, I don't like the lifestyle and this, that, and the third, you guys are all up in arms ready to cancel somebody, but you guys ain't got no smoke for Russia? LGBTQ, you ain't got no smoke for Moscow? For Russia right now, you ain't got no smoke for Russia. One of your own is sitting up in a Russian jail cell. She's been sitting up there for months. And she just pleaded guilty, so she might be there she might be there for a minute. Shoot, Russia don't play. They sitting up there, they at war with Ukraine right now, and she's sitting there, and like I said, I'm not gonna point the finger. I don't know why you even try to bring in weed or whatever you try to bring into that country. I don't know why anyways, that's just silly. Why she try to bring drugs into another country? Like, what are you doing? I said, did nobody, come on, then the LGBTQ, you didn't advise this female to not bring drugs into Russia that was at war? Then you guys couldn't come together and tell this young lady to not bring drugs into another country that's at war? Come on, man, that's not even smart. But it is what it is. It is what it is. I would hate for her to be, man, it's crazy. You say the sacrificial lamb. I hate for her to be the sacrificial lamb, but man, this is crazy. But come on, Black Twitter, y'all need to be talking about this. We talking about what is it? Michael B. Jordan and Lori Harvey. Talking about the Megan Good and disaster and what's the other story? We talking about, even with me talking about Sierra and Russell Wilson, but this Britney Griner situation is just floating right under the radar, and I don't understand why. I don't understand why this situation is floating so low under the so-called the Communitah's radar. Why is this should be at the forefront. You guys should be demanding. You guys should be, listen, all you LGBTQ people in the black community, Black Lives Matter. You should listen. Black Lives Matter. This is your time to shine. Black Lives Matter. One of your own from the sisterhood is sitting up in Russian jail right now. So Black Lives Matter. You should be at the forefront, ready to bang on some Russians to get your sister up out of Russia. Why isn't Black Lives Matter? This should be on Black Lives Matter. This should be at the forefront. We shouldn't be talking about anything else but getting Britney Griner out of jail. Come on, Black Lives Matter. What's going on, man? I don't understand why you got so quiet. See, when things really matter, people shut the hell up. And that's what's wrong with this is what I tell you, gentlemen. This is what's wrong with the Communitah, gentlemen. Ass backwards. We put more attention on the foolishness. We put more attention on a bunch of nonsense. But when stuff really hits the fan, when boo-boo really hits the fan, nobody has nothing to say. This young lady could be she could be in Russian jail for a long time. She might be sitting up. Listen, I don't want to exaggerate, but hell, if they hit her with maybe a 10 to 15 year sentence, then what y'all gonna do, man? See, this is what I'm saying, man. A bunch of y'all talk that smack all day, but when stuff really hits, when boo-boo really hits the fan, BLM ain't got nothing to say. The Communitah ain't got nothing to say. But we want to talk smack about a 17-year-old dating a so-called white girl. Anyways, man, you gentlemen, man, like I said, save yourself. Save yourself, gentlemen. There is no rebuilding anything. Move about. Keep it moving. And let these people do it. Let the Communitah and these women do what they need to do for themselves. They got it. They got it. Keep your head in the swivel. Stick to your purpose. Develop an SOP. Have a vision. And move forward. Peace.